Hi guys, this is Geeks of the Week with your new Tuesday, and I really don't know how to start this video. Maybe I could tell a joke. Terrible at jokes. Maybe I could show them, not sure if that's legal. Do it anyways! Or... Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna introduce myself. So, generally on the internet, I go by Pyro, but you can call me Pyro for short, which implies nothing, mind you. But yeah, Pyro is completely fine with me. I generally consider myself a pretty well-rounded geek, although during junior high and high school I was generally more into anime, and recently I've been getting more into Western comics and fandoms like that. But if you want to know more about me or how weird I am, you could just click the link below to watch my audition video. Aside from that, I'm a year out of high school, I live an hour away from LA, and I am studying to be an art major. I will also be releasing a webcomic soon later in the year, so if you want to see more of that, you can click the link below to my DA page. So I guess I'll just start off with responding to the other geeks and then work my way up from there. Luluko, I agreed with you 100% when it came to Anne Hathaway. I've always felt invested in her as an actress since Get Smart. And your Saber Wall Scroll is nothing but awesome. Very nice. Mario, I watched Joss Whedon's speech, and even though I only really watched Buffy and Angel when I was a kid, just hearing anybody talk about a story and their fans in such a way is just always inspirational and just beautiful to me, because it just really shows how amazing it was to work on the project, and that's always great to hear. Nikki, that is super awesome to hear that one of the old doctors is going to be joining the cast for their 50th anniversary. I started watching the show about 2 years ago, and honestly I need to catch up with the latest episodes with Matt Smith in it, but that is really awesome to hear. Steph, it's great to hear that you had an awesome time at Comic-Con, and I thought that your bus analogy was hilarious. That's pretty much how I felt after getting back from Artist Alley last month, but I'm pretty sure getting back from Comic-Con was 10 times worse. And we move on with video. I don't know why I still have this thing. So last week, Nikki wanted to hear the other geek's opinion before she gave in hers about The Dark Knight Rises. So I guess I'm just gonna start with mine. I actually went to see a marathon at the theater I went to, and it came with this badge. With this really big poster! And on the back of the badge it had the schedule starting with Batman Begins and the premiere showing of The Dark Knight Rises. They also gave us breaks in between the movies, and they also gave a trivia question during the breaks. So this is what was going on through my head. Yeah, Batman trivia. Yeah, that was not my reaction after hearing the questions. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really have not watched a lot of the old Batman movies from way back, and pretty much the whole thing kind of turned into a guessing game, and that was just with everybody in the theater. Was it 4? It was 3. Was it 7? It was 2. Overall, the marathon was really fun, and as for the movie, it was pretty good. Too many spoilers. The movie is basically based around the idea of Batman becoming more of a symbol and becoming less of a person, as was stated in the first movie, because they talked about how a person can become corrupted. With that knowledge and them just trying to put a realistic twist on the movie, I did feel very invested in the ending. However, with that being said, the main thing that I had an issue with was how they made Bruce very unlikable. In the movie, obviously, they tried bringing Bruce to his lowest point, and even though I am all for that and pushing characters, it was just to a point where he became very unlikable. And that's the same way that I felt about when it came to Peter Parker in The Amazing Spider-Man. Aside from that, it was just the relationships felt way too soon, especially since it was a long movie. I felt they were established way too soon, but again, those were only the few things that I had a problem with in the movie. Either way, I would still recommend this movie. It had a lot of its funnies and still had all of its great and amazing effects and action and stuff like that. And it really had a lot of strengths in the other aspects of the movie, and again, with the message that Christopher Nolan was trying to send across, it really had an amazing strength in that. So with that being said, I would really still recommend the movie. With that being said, I leave you guys with a question that was from my audition video, which was, what series would you like to see as a live action film? And for me, my answer would be Ghost in the Shell, because 1, it has a major, 2, it has Tachicomas, and 3, I think it would really translate well to the film. So leave me a comment to let me know what your answers are. Before I go though, I do want to acknowledge really quick the events that happened in Colorado, mainly because there were actually a lot of heroic things going on, and I know we can talk about capes and spandex and muscles and all that stuff all I want, but for those people, for a lot of those people to have put their lives down just to help others survive, I think those are the true heroes, and many love and respect to them, and many prayers to the victims and their families. And on that note, this brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave comments, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the rest of the geeks. This has been Pyro, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday.